Good morning and welcome to A-1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for Tuesday, April 29th. Feel like it was just yesterday when we were doing the last day of March. Tomorrow we'll be doing the last day of May.
Where's my
What are you doing?
Is it in the car?
I don't know where your coffee is.
I don't want to spill it.
Jeannie's here today. She'll be here for the live stream tomorrow, but then she is gone. She's going to leave at about 10 to 10:30 tomorrow so she can drive to Salt Lake to help Kai pack and then drive home with Kai.
Kai's
And
right
see
now
the kids.
taking his last final exam. Violet is done. And
Violet's been done since like
I
Wednesday.
know. It's so hard because I think Kai's workload is much heavier. But, I mean...
Kai's workload is much heavier. There's no other way to say it. Kai lives in a house with a bunch of kids who have nowhere near his workload, which has got to be somewhat depressing.
Oh, yeah. He does get somewhat depressed about that sometimes. So...
And I imagine tomorrow's drive... Do you behave that way when you're just in the car by yourself? Are you like, ah! I thought that truck was coming over into this lane.
I'd scream today.
Oh my God, I thought that was going to run across the road. Ah! That's a dead animal.
So...
I don't know why I was yelling. It was involuntary.
I tell him that it's fear. It's fear of death. And I did that today because he was driving and cleaning his glasses.
I wasn't even
All right,
cleaning my
looking- he
glasses.
was like
She goes, how do you see
I go,
your
"You have a
glasses
big
are
lip."
dirty? And
no,
I went like
I
this.
didn't say any of that. First
Yes,
of all,
you
I did.
did.
I said, you have
That's
a
like
big...
my mom didn't ask us.
Patrick, I said, you have a big lick in the middle of your glasses, is what I said. Okay?
She was licking my glasses.
From the dogs. So he's driving and he does this and then he's driving, he's looking at his glasses and we were going towards the median.
The car, no, we weren't going towards the median.
And you better not bring that
Everything
up
was fine.
ever
You were
again
like,
about the other thing because we're going to get in we had a big fight yesterday over,
2 days ago,
we had a big fight.
who was right?
I was right. I was not involved in that part of the conversation.
You weren't listening at that point?
I was nobody responded. I got the reservation and that's it. We had a big fight. And he was yelling at me. And then the next day, or was it that night, I said, I don't like the way you were speaking to me.
Because you were being so aggressive.
Yeah, I go, you were being so aggressive. And then I didn't want to, he wanted to edit videos and he goes, there's nothing to bring us together like editing videos. Because that's what we fight when we edit videos. And then I was like, I'm not doing it, even though I wanted to do it because I wanted to put the video up. I go, I'm not doing it. And then like 5 minutes later, I was like, okay, I'll edit videos because I really wanted to do the videos. So then I had to get over it.
I don't know.
But
You've never even really been in an accident, have you? You just like yelling.
One time, I was in the car with my mom and we hit black ice on Route 6. Was it 6? It was 6. And the car spun and we ended up like in a big empty, there was like a business there with a big empty parking lot. And then I was with my friend Sam and her tire caught in the snow and then we ended up in the embankment. I think that was it.
Did you yell both times?
I'm sure.
Were you like, ah!
I don't think I did.
Or do you just reserve that for me?
You guys know when you think you're gonna die, and so involuntarily you scream.
It's very important to make sure that you scare the bejesus out of the driver for no.
I was scared because I was scared. Accident. Yes, and then you scream when you think you're gonna die. Accidents are scary. Okay. I needled all weekend. I think the whole weekend.
Not Friday. Not Saturday. Saturday we had fun.
We had fun. What did we do Saturday night? I didn't needle. I didn't set up my machine.
No, did we go out for dinner?
No, all weekend I was like, take me to McDonald's. And then every time we went out, I was like begging for bad food. And then Patrick wouldn't take me. We would get, and then he'd be like, I want ice cream. And then we would just drive home.
Although matcha cheesecake was so good.
We
Who
did.
knew matcha cheesecake was so
It was
good?
matcha strawberry cheesecake. If you live here in town, we were at Toro Bravo. Is that what it is? And we took Patrick's mom out because it was her birthday. And she was like, I will never be 80 again. Is that what she said?
That's all she cared about.
Because she's 81.
Right.
So, anyways, it was her birthday, so we went out for dinner and we had matcha. I think because both of us were asking, we all weekend we were shouting out our guilty pleasures, what we wanted to eat, and then
I just want ice cream. I've been like super hungry for ice cream, but we've been really good.
yeah, and then we started talking about chicken wings, and then we were talking about getting hamburgers, and then we did nothing. We just went home and like microwave broccoli. It was so boring. If you see me today at the store on my computer, I'm gonna look like, I told Patrick, I think I look like a concert, like people
Like the pianist for the Dead and Company.
when they're playing on like two keyboards and they're like, and then playing on the other one because look, I spilled coffee on my brand new computer. Anyways, and now I have to, my number keys, I have to do it over here on this one. It's ridiculous. All right. So, let's talk about what I was needling this weekend. First of all, thank you very much for those of you who joined me yesterday for the so long, and I apologize that we started late. I tried for like an hour. I thought was I all set up, and then it was just because there were.
You had selected multiple live streams that you had scheduled, and so
I don't know
you
how to
were
get
trying-
rid of them.
Well, like it
How
doesn't
did you
matter.
get rid of
just
them?
need to choose the one that you're gonna do.
But how do
But
you
it
get
took me
rid
a
of
little
those?
while to figure that out.
Yeah, so that was I was set up and ready to go and just like struggling, and of course I think Patrick was out walking the dogs or something like that. So it was so regardless, we got on and we stitched out this one. I wish I could get more of this fabric. A lot of people have asked. So there was the
There's the Galaxy
there was
tab.
the yellow. I think it's in the back. Do you want to get it set up?
Yeah.
There's the turquoise, and then yesterday we stitched out the. I call this the orange colorway, but it really is more yellow, isn't it? And shout out to Lynn Franklin from Saving Me, because I went to go put the top on or the back on, and we hadn't stitched out the hearts yet, so she caught it and saved. And I just been talking about what a roll I was on. I'm like, oh, look at me, I'm hot poo poo, and then I almost messed up. So I sent that video out. So if you were unable to join us, you'll get the video of the live class, and it was super fun. We had good time. The other thing I was working on, and I posted the video. So Miss Dana stitched out this sample for us. I did post the video of me stitching out the entire project, except for like stitch time, like when it's just doing like monotonous stitching. But I did this project on my multi-needle. So if you have a multi-needle and you're scared of it, or maybe you've just never done a project like this, then you can watch that video. So I haven't put it together yet. I will do another video. I'm like, should I bring a machine with me? I'm not going to have enough time. But I'll do a video where I finish the project too.
You cannot take a machine
Well,
with me.
your kits. Just so you know, your kits have 1.5 yards of fabric, because we were worried that you weren't going to have enough fabric. And Lindsay, you didn't do that digital design order, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Timberbell? The
No, Designs on
Designs?
Demand for OESD.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna do it right now because I just had it in my cart, so I'm gonna finish it up.
Okay.
So, if you, I did it's like a 3-minute video that shows you how to lay it out if you just want to use a yard of fabric. So if you're like, oh, I don't want to have to worry about it, and I do snug up my designs, but you can fit. I did fit all of these designs on one strip except for one little design. And instead of putting summertime or welcome, I put the mulligans. So mine's going to say the mulligans on it. And that's in there too, just how I added the font and did all of that. This was a happy mistake. So as I was looking at the instructions, I was like, 3 options, choose. It said choose. It said you had 3 options. Because I just stitched, for some reason, I thought you were stitching out all 3 of these. There's one that says summertime, one that says welcome, and then there's this one right here. So after I'd stitched this out blank, in the end is when I added the lettering to it. So that's in the video too. So you'll have that video. If you're waiting for the design, I think I needed to order some. I ordered them, so I'm just waiting for them. So we'll get that to you as quickly as we can. What else are we going to talk about? Yay, Miss Alice. Yeah. So yeah, this is going to be on the 10 needle. Also, just so you know, with the applique, I did cut that on my Scan and Cut, and I am pressing with the hoop on the machine. Do not do that if you do not have a mat underneath. You will melt the plastic casings. So be very careful with that. You need to have a little mat, and you need to put it under and pull it out. Put it under, pull it out. Don't put it under, stitch, and then have to cut it out like I did twice. Yes. Okay. The other thing I'm working on is, ta-da! I didn't even know this was out until Cheryl came in and asked about it. So, where am I? Like, how come I don't know anything? So, you guys, thank goodness for you guys, because you saved me. So this is the new OESD tiling scene. It's called the Sea of Tranquility. I just ordered the stuff for this. So if you order this online, I probably won't have it until like next week to send out. But this is the Sea of Tranquility. I think we have the design on there for like 20% off. And then the fabric kit is at MAP pricing. They have a MAP pricing, so I can't do it lower than that. But isn't this pretty? It's kind of like it reminds me of Maine in New England.
Dead? Like, were they not charged yesterday?
They were fully charged and plugged in the entire time. The entire time they were plugged in. So I started needling this. It's a perfect 10 needle project. And what I really, really, really loved is the color change. There were no color changes. Like the first 10 colors were the same on so many of the blocks. And so I just started needling the sky. So I did this. There's so much of the sky. Aren't the colors are like, isn't that? It's going to be amazing. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So I've been stitching out. I should have done my fabric horizontal so it would run left to right, but I cut it so it ran up and down. But these are going to be absolutely amazing for the sky, and it's so easy. So I am doing this on my multi-needle. I think I did 10 blocks, and my goal is to do 5 a day. Maybe we'll do 3 a day because now I'm working. But I set up my machine before I left the store. It's running, should be running, and yeah. They're just like, it's like stormy weather sky. Aren't these so cool? They're so cool. So I'm so excited about these. And I can fit, the way I'm running my fabric right now, I can fit 6 per strip. So you really need 5 strips. It calls for like 2.5 yards, but I think 1.5 yards would be plenty. And the fabric that I'm using, this is grunge grunge vanilla, and everything's on the website, but here you can see the fabric. And it's great because I think grunge is perfect for these because it's a little bit more organic, and it called for a linen color. To me, linen's like darker, but I really love this. So that's up on the site too. So if you want to, and I recorded the very beginning of it, how I prep, how I cut my fabric, how I stabilize, how I program my machine. I also needed, I needed to oil my needle bars and change up my needles. So I was like, I'm not going to record that, but then I ended up recording it in case you've never done that before and you're scared of it because it's so easy. So I did do all of that, and I'll just show you my progress as we go.
I feel like what day was it that you were having an experience on your multi-needle for like an hour or something?
I was like, look how beautiful this stitching is, and I looked and it was like crap. So I got my bobbin case, and it was so weird. I had all of these pieces, it looked like of the stabilizer, and it was all under my needle tension. So I cleaned that all out, and I rarely ever mess with my bobbin tension. She's increased my bobbin tension.
You gotta fix it.
Yeah,
and I go, I'm just gonna increase your bobbin tension. She was like, I can do that.
Yeah, and when you play with if you do have a multi-needle and you do increase the bobbin tension, it's like a long arm. You are doing like seconds on a clock. So I did mine like like 2 seconds on a clock. That is it. You are not doing big turns like you do on the knob of your long arm. On the bobbin case, it's always like, it's almost, the increments for the most part.
I always tell people they should make a note. And do it by like 1/4 of a turn.
I did mine like this. I did not do 1/8 of a turn. I did like if it was seconds on the clock, I did maybe 3 seconds, 3 or 4 seconds on the clock, and that was it. And it was perfect. So what stabilizer did you use for this? When I do the tiling scenes, I do the stabilizer that it calls for in the OESD instructions. So if it calls for 2 layers of ultra clean and tear, which is what this called for because it's a very light stitch count, and there is mostly applique. 2 layers of ultra clean and tear. For this, 2 layers of heavyweight tearaway is what it calls for. This is all stitches. The entire tile is going to be covered with stitches, so you want to have it stabilized right. So I will post those videos. What size hoop did you use on your multi-needle? For this, I'm using the flash frame. So I'm using the 5x7 flash frame, the one that's kind of like a clamshell. I'm using that one. And I love that hoop because it's so easy with the magnets. Literally, when I used to do these, I would hoop on the ground. Once my hoop was dialed in, I would knee it in. I'd get down on the ground, I'd take my knee and push it in so it'd be super tight, or maybe elbow. It's like WWF of embroidery. Right, Patrick? Okay. Oh yeah. I start that machine and sometimes like a thread doesn't bed down, or sometimes my bobbin runs out. I try to when I leave in the morning, I will put a full bobbin in there. I mean, there's always something that might happen. Like yesterday, I went back in and it had stopped stitching. And so I looked at the needle, I followed the thread path, and there was a little bit of rebound and it wrapped around the take-up lever. And so I just pulled it down to undo it and just thread it again. So there are times where I will leave it and something happens. I will look at my, what's that program? The IQ, the one that lets you look at, there's a program where I can be upstairs and it can be downstairs and I can see that a thread broke or something like that. But if you're a heavy needler like me, I think I was at 276 hours. This is a new machine to me, or fairly new. I got it maybe a year or 2 ago. So a multi-needle is the way to go. Aren't we going to have a used one?
Yeah, I'll have a used one in about a week.
A used 10 needle? Mm-hmm. We're going to have a used 10 needle. We don't get them in a lot, so if you've been thinking about it, and that might be the machine for you. What stabilizer? Does your multi-needle use the same needles as? The multi-needle calls for an EBBR needle, so that's what I use. But I know Michelle's used a top stitch needle in it, and yes, it is a Zoom. So, but I just stick to those. They come in a 10-pack, and those are the ones it recommends, and that came with the machine, so I just continue to use those. Do I need to oil the needle bars? I would oil the needle bars, Alice, and maybe I'll post that video that I did on this, and there's a part in there where I oil the needle bars, and it's very, very easy. I think it's kind of fun. I like pull it down and use my little tube.
Consistently crashes. Do I need to go get the iPad? And if I do, where is it?
We can just use my phone. I'll just use my phone for the class. I just don't know. We don't have a filming arm. That's the issue.
Why in the world wouldn't I just go get the iPad?
Okay, go get it. You got to hurry up.
And where is it plugged in?
It's to the right of my sewing machine and to the left of the serger on that table. And it's plugged in. To the right
of your which sewing machine? The
I only have one.
PQ1600?
No, my Avenir. Let me just make sure I didn't throw it here in my bag, but I'm pretty sure I did not. No.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll be needling on my 10 needle. So because I don't think there's a lot of projects out there where people are doing it from the start to the finish, showing you how to hoop, how to program it. So I will, as I continue projects, the cuckoo clock's still in my queue. I just for me, a tiling, I think I do them all because I love them, and they're so easy because I can just program my machine. With the cuckoo clock, there's a lot more involvement. So that's why that one is still in the queue, but I am going to do that one. I got all the fabric for it. Am I still able to get the pattern fabric kit and thread kit for the summertime? Yes. Well, the design, if you do the digital download, I can send that to you immediately. I think I'll have more of the designs. Maybe they'll be here today because I ordered those, I think, last week. So yes, and we have plenty of the fabric kits, so we can still, and okay, look at the grungy sunflower. The fabrics and the strawberries, I used like a spotted Moda for that. So, and then the watermelons. So the fabrics for this, I gotta say, they look really, really good. So it's a good selection of fabrics for that project. And yes, you can still order those, and we have them in stock ready to go. All right, here we go with that one. Let me put that to the side. I will continue to film that and post that. I won't film all the stitching because, I mean, it is a lot of stitching. We're talking 30,000 stitches. The big ones, I'll do some of the big ones so I can show you how to program if you have, like this one has 34 colors. So I'll show you how I'm going to program that. And it doesn't have to be the same, and you don't have to stitch them in order. Like when I do these tiling scenes, I will look at all the ones that look similar and I'll do those first so I don't have to do as many thread changes. Okay, what else were we working on? I did the mystery. I finally did May's. May mystery quilt is going to be coming out. So, Suzanne's getting ready for her class. So, May mystery quilt is coming out. Oh, look at me. Here I am on 2 keyboards, looking ridiculous. There we are. I am doing that on Monday. I'm a little worried about doing it on Monday because I have 2 things scheduled for Monday. I was originally supposed to do May mystery quilt on Friday, but then I didn't think I was going to be back. But now I do think I'm going to be here. Maybe I should switch it back. I hate changing that on you. What I'm worried about is I double stacked on Monday because I didn't want to push that off any further. And but Monday is going to be the prep for Star Spangled Beauty. So get your kits, get your design. We're gonna start prepping that. We're gonna cut for the whole project on Monday. I might move Mystery Wallflower back to Friday. Don't hate me. This is just life, right? But I think I'm going to move it back to Friday. I think I will put it in Friday afternoon just because I'm going to get back late on Thursday and I get really tired from road tripping. It's going to be a lot because I'm driving on Wednesday. It's 7 hours and then we're going to drive back on Thursday. But I think I'm going to put mystery back to Friday. And I hate to keep moving it back and forth on you. But I really want to do the Star Spangled Beauty prep on Monday, and that's just going to be a lot for me to do on Monday. Are you guys okay with that? I did do the pre-recorded video. Pre-recorded video will post on Thursday because it's the 1st. It's cute. It's really, really cute. It's really, really sweet. And so the pre-recorded video and your design will go to you on Thursday. That's the 1st. And then on the 2nd, I'm going to move that back. And we're going to do the mystery wallflower on the 2nd. That's when we're going to do it as a group. Will you be making fabric kits? I will be making fabric kits for the Cuckoo Clock. Got the best fabric. So it's going to look really, really good. I hate changing that on you. But otherwise, Monday, I feel like, because you know what Patrick did yesterday? Patrick got up, walked the dogs, which I totally appreciate because I was setting up for the Life is Short. And then he came home, and then he went on a mountain bike ride. He went on a mountain bike ride. I forget. It was like, I don't know, 5 miles, 10 miles. And then he came back and he had a glass of water. And then he went on another mountain bike ride, like a 15-mile mountain bike ride. That's what Patrick did. So the reason I'm worried about the Monday is because I have the dogs. And that for me to film from 10:30 to 4:30, they are going to lose it. And so I just don't want that to be an issue for that on Monday. So I'm going to be switching some things around. We're going to do Friday for the wallflower. I wish I could show it to you, but I can't because it's a surprise. All right, our giveaway today. You know what? We're going to end up doing the giveaway tomorrow. And the reason for that is I don't know how to do that. That's one thing I have not learned. But I've been needling this in between while I'm doing my 10 needle. And I showed this to you today, but whoever wins today is going to get the pattern and they'll get the fabric kit. So the fabric kit has been like brewing in my mind too, because I've been trying to figure out how to cut the fabric for this. But this is the next, Karen is going to do, God bless, is it God Bless America? She's going to be doing that. That's going to be the next tri-stand because we're doing, we're kind of doing a Janine Babbage Club too. And then I'm going to be doing this one. This will probably be in June because I have to finish the sample, which I've been working on a little bit here and there. So you're going to get the fabric kit for this and the design. And I think I showed this to you the other week, but I'm going to be using Super Bloom. And I've been waiting. The Super Bloom is a gradient. And I've been trying to figure out how to cut it and how to stitch it. This is one end, and this is going to be the other end. And that's from selvage to selvage. So I've been working on this. Like last night, I stitched out this part. So this is going to go on one end. Isn't this pretty? Because these colors go with this part. Wait. Isn't that so gorgeous? And I'll do a little thread kit too, or I'll let you know what threads I'm using. And then this is going to go on the other end. Here we go. This is the other end. And then this is going to go over here with this end. So that is going to be our giveaway. And there's so much awesome stuff that goes with this because not only are we going to be doing this stitching, there's going to be dimensional flowers on it. And this is stable. I have this has organza on it, so that'll be part of your kit too. So I've like sourced all of, well, we don't carry the organza, but I found an amazing place online. So you'll have your pieces, so you could do your flowers and you can choose the colors that you want and how you want to, like if you want to go more to the cool tones or the warm tones. I'll include like both of those, so you can just decide how you want to do it. But these are going to be, so there's going to be dimensional flowers that you're going to be stitching on that we'll be cutting. And then, aren't those beautiful? It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be gorgeous. So you're going to have that. We will be cutting on the scan and cut. If you haven't gotten a scan and cut yet, I'm just thinking, I could never say this before because I wasn't using the scan and cut. Now that I'm using the scan and cut, so some of the leaves on there, because they're applique, I did the SVG, and then I went back and I added 2 clicks, but like this was all cut on my scan and cut, and I cut the middle out. I cut these out, and then I was like, I need more leaves and the size isn't right. So then I put it back in, separated. I just put a box around all of them, and I did 1 click to make it. I did 2 clicks to make all of them bigger. And then I had some leftover fabric around here, so I put the leaves in there, and then I threw away the ones I didn't need. This was like, I just love it. And I just did Heat and Bond Light, Low Tack Matte, Auto Blade, and it was perfect. So, if you want a hand cut, that's fine. But I've been struggling with this thumb. And then the cutting has gotten a little bit tougher for me. So it's the perfect time in my life to embrace the scan and cut. And embrace it with me. Like I said, if you don't have one, consider maybe getting one. Consider maybe getting, how are you, Trudy? So consider getting one. And we're going to be using it for Star Spangled Beauty. I'm going to be cutting all of my stuff with the scan and cut. And you know what I haven't learned how to do is I haven't learned how to cut my vinyls. I've been scared to do that. Although I did it with Michelle in her video, but for some reason I've just been like, Dana, do I just do the vinyls with the vinyl blade and that's it? Just
The vinyl blade's only for thin vinyl. It's not for the Kimberbell vinyl. You should use your auto blade for that.
auto blade for the HTV?
Yeah, that's for HTV and thin craft vinyl. You're gonna ruin it if you try and cut that.
Okay, Michelle's the expert, so I will defer to her, and I'll probably just watch her video again. Like, I have her get to know you video, and that's like a good reference for me because I did do it once, but I haven't gone back to do it because I've been scared of it. So, if you haven't done the Get to Know Your Scan and Cut class, Michelle's got another session up. Michelle, what's the date on that?
I have to look and see if I finished it before I left.
I think you did, because I think somebody signed up for it sometime in May. So, so sign up for Michelle's Get to Know Your Scan and Cut. The thing that's so fantastic about that class is she cuts all different types of materials with different stuff on it. So it just gives you a good exposure to a little bit of everything that you can do, from rhinestones to cutting paper to cutting fabric with different stabilizers to having it prepped different ways, whether you have it just prepped with secret sauce or whether you have it prepped with a fusible on it. So it's going to cover all of that. So, and I think, did you want to talk about the other things that you have going on, Michelle? Okay, Michelle's going to come over here and talk to you some stuff. We're going to do this giveaway tomorrow. Maybe I'll have a little bit more of this done. Maybe not. But that is going to be our giveaway. So you can still answer the question. And I was reading some of your replies. You guys are funny. Because we asked what your guilty pleasure is, what you do that's kind of naughty in your sewing room, and there were some really funny replies. So if you didn't answer the question, you can still answer it, but you have to answer it with the Friday live feed. Yes.
Trudy's here to pick this up, and I don't think it's paid for. How much?
Oh no, she's.
Hello, everyone.
Paid for?
Yeah.
Oh, so I was catching up on Artspira last night, and for those of you that are on an iPad, good morning. Please look up on your iPad and see what version your iPad software. This is not for Android users. This is just for Apple users on Artspira. as of June 11th, they're no longer going to be supporting iOS 13 or 14. So that means that it's not going to work on your tablet. That's pretty far back. I think I replaced mine, and it was like, I don't know, a couple of years ago, I guess. But go ahead and check if you are using Artspira, or if you want to use Artspira. That's you're going to have to make sure that your iPad operating system is above iOS 14. I don't remember. That's at least, that's at least maybe 10 years or 9 years back. So it's probably time for a new one anyway. Good morning, everyone. All right. So for those of you that were interested, I did put the Software 101 class back up for the last live Zoom session of that. I'm moving on to, right now, everybody has like gotten BES Silver or something like that. And not a lot of updates have been happening to PE Design, which leads me to believe that that's going to be what we get as PE Design 11. Don't know for sure, but anyway, I did put one more live session on. So if you've been thinking about it, now's the time to do it. If you haven't purchased it yet, I'll let you know how you want to make your choice. PE Design and Paladin 11 are pretty much the same, except for one thing. If you have a Solaris or a Radiant machine and you want to be able to send your embroidery designs to your machine, you're going to want to get Palette. If you don't really use the wireless transfer to send it to a machine and you have a scan and cut, you're going to want to get the PE Design, because PE Design has an extra tab in it that allows you to send directly to scan and cut. Do not pass go. Do not collect $500. It just goes directly from the software. Alice, an iPhone and an iPad are essentially the same thing. One's just a really big screen. So it's not available, Artspira is not available for a laptop or a desktop computer, but it works on all, it's iPhones, Android phones, iPads, Android tablets. So if that's your jam, if you're having fun with your scan and cut and you really want to send stuff to your scan and cut, you're probably going to want to get PE Design. Again, they are exactly the same thing. Brother made both of them. So your Baby Lock machine would obviously recognize any designs. No. Cindy, no. You're just going to deactivate one on Artspira and activate the new one. So anyway, that's it. It's going to start in September. So I'm putting it up today. This is going to be my last live Zoom session where we actually meet every week live for 10 sessions, for 10 two-hour sessions. We start at the beginning, and by the middle of the class, you should be making some designs and stuff on your own using SVG files and things like that, appliques, all kinds of fun stuff. By the end of the class, you'll be amazed at how close you are to actually doing digitizing. Digitizing really just needs a lot of practice. That's all it is. You'll have the tools. You just need to practice. So that begins on the 8th of September and runs on Monday mornings from 9 to 11 Pacific Standard Time through November the 10th. So that's going up on the schedule today. Only 12 spots. So if you indicated a desire to take that class before, know that this is the last round. You can access my classes forever and ever, amen. Nothing I do is on Facebook Live. It's not a live, it's a recording. So as long as it's a recording, they don't, at least up until this point, they don't delete it. I also back up my recordings, so you will always have access, especially the software class, you'll always have access. Now, there is a caveat. You must have a personal Facebook page to be able to participate in this software group. And the reason is I post a lot of supplemental videos that aren't really a part of the Zoom recording. The Zoom recordings I upload to YouTube, but if you're not part of that Facebook group, you're going to be missing out on probably 50% of the videos, because a lot of the videos come because people ask questions. And I think that for software, it's really important that you can interact with your classmates, because maybe somebody thought of a question you haven't thought of yet. So if I've answered that question, then the answer is there for you when you think of it. So it's a work at your own pace, but the nice thing is that you have people in your own personal group. There's only going to be whatever the 12 spots are in me in that group, to bounce ideas off of, or to be able to say, hey, have you had success with this? Do you have any idea how to start this project? Yada, yada, yada. So, and I do actually follow up with the Facebook groups. I have followed up with every single one of them since the very beginning. So I still monitor them. So that one's going to, again, I'm in the middle of putting it up right now. It's going, and it's just titled Fall 2025 Software 101. And then that should pull up the class for you. Hello. Yeah, fabric is just on the Scan and Cut's amazing. But, the other thing too is be careful with your blades that you're not wearing them out unnecessarily. So there's a big difference between cutting heat transfer vinyl and cutting like craft vinyl, like permanent craft vinyl, and cutting like Timberbell's vinyl, which is really more almost like glitter vinyl. Some of it's more glitter vinyl. So for that, I don't use my vinyl blade because it's too thick. It's going to wear it out faster. I just use my auto blade for that. You don't want to keep wearing out blades unnecessarily. Okay, I think I got them all now. Okay, any other questions? Now's a good time. Okay, all right. I think I answered everything that I saw. The seminar was absolutely, it wasn't a seminar, it was a summit, and it was absolutely amazing. It really was, it really ignited more of a fire. And I got to sew on a compound walking foot industrial machine for the entire week. And I'm like, I am sold, man. That thing will chew through anything you shove under the needle. So the class is posted right now on the A1. You go to A1 Vacuum and Sewing. You open the home page. You click on there's a search bar up on the top, that little magnifying glass. And you just type in Fall 2025 Software 101, it should pull up the class for you. If you do that and it doesn't come up, it's because I haven't pushed go yet. Sometimes I get called away and I don't get to finish what I'm posting, but I'm going to go finish it right now. Okay, if that's everything, I'm going to say goodbye. Have a great day. Good to see you all again.